Sahasrashatasam Ramaseyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. A virtual Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is tending the cows in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, and always serve a great reverent affection by hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis and Gopis. One can milk a survey cow as often as one likes, and the cow will deliver as much milk as one requires. Milk, of course, is necessary for the production of so many milk products, especially clarified butter, ghee, which is required for the performance of great sacrifices. Unless we are prepared to perform the prescribed sacrifices, our supply of the necessities of life will be checked. Welcome to the modern world. Bhagavad Gita confirms that Lord Brahma created human society along with yajna, the performance of sacrifice. Yajna means Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and sacrifice means working for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this age, however, it is very difficult to find qualified Brahmins who can perform sacrifices as described in the Vedas. Therefore, it is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam, Yagai Sankirtana Prayai, after performing Sankirtan Yaga and by satisfying the Yaga Purusha, Lord Chaitanya can derive all the results derived by great sacrifices in the past. King Prithu and others derived all the necessities of life from the earthly planet by performing great sacrifices. Now, this Sankirtan movement has already been started by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. People should take advantage of this great sacrifice and join in the society's activities. Then there will be no scarcity. If Sankirtan Yoga is performed, there will be no difficulty, not even in industrial enterprises. Therefore, this system should be introduced in all spheres of life, social, political, industrial, commercial, etc. Then everything will run very peacefully and smoothly. Even iPhones will be nicely produced in industrial enterprises. Of the Sankirtan Yagya. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapat Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Sabhadutam Parijam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Radhika Shiv Shakam Vitam Cha. So, just see how important the Sankirtan movement is, the congregational chanting, the deity worship, the book distribution, all these activities Papa refers to here. The society's activities. All these society's activities are this great sacrifice. So this movement actually is the only hope for the modern world. Otherwise it's just going down the drain. This movement actually will predict that this movement will actually leave the world. The next 10,000 year period, this is the Chaitanya era. Began with Chaitanya's advent. It's a 10,000 year period, just like sometimes in the winter, there's a warm season during the winter. Actually, even right now here in Austin, here it is February, and you can practically wear short sleeve shirts outside. You see. It's a warm spell. It's a warm period in the winter. So this Chaitanya era is a Vedic age, and the Vedic culture flourishes, and the whole world will become Krishna conscious. So we're very fortunate people in history to get to be here. And it was held in a dormant state within India for 500 years. And then Prabhupada took it outside of India and made it all over the world, even in Russia. We have disciples in Russia also. Sometimes we go to Kaliningrad, but right now we're not going. This movement is actually the seed of this movement are planted all over the world, and gradually these seeds will fructify, and there'll be a huge mass conversion to this Krishna conscious movement. So right now we're seeing it's the early pioneering stages. And right now it's kind of hard to see when you go down to I-35. Can't imagine the whole city of Austin Krishna conscious. It's kind of hard to picture it right now, but by hearing from Srila Prabhupada, we understand that in this 10,000 year period, there's going to be a huge conversion to Krishna consciousness. 5,000 years up, and then gradually it'll fade away. So right now we're in the beginning of the upswing. For the next, basically 4,500 years from now, it's going to be building more. So we should see what I can do, but each one of us should see what can I do to see that this movement can become established as much as possible during my lifetime. What can I do? How many books can I distribute? How many Harinams and Kirtans can I go on? How many nice offerings I can make to the Lord? How much nicely I can speak according to Prabhupada's books. You see, all these things, they add up. Even being on time for Mangalarti is a part of it. Because the Kali Yuga is to be late for Mangalarti, or not to attend at all, or be late for Mangalarti. It's Kali's influence. So to overcome Kali's influence by being punctual, that's actually pushing toward the movement. So we should do everything we can to do very nice service in every situation, because the more the service is done nicely, with love and devotion, it actually pushes back the Kali Yuga, pushing back. The more we become actually ideal chanters of the holy name. It's actually stated by Prabhupada, amazing quote. If one chants the holy name of the Lord without offense, he becomes Jagat Guru. Under his influence, the whole world chants Hare Krishna. So there's a spiritual revolution right there in your bead bag, potential revolution right there in your bead bag, you see. The more purely we chant our japa, the more purely we dive into the kirtan, and all of these things, they're pushing back Kali, pushing him back. Get out of here, Kali. You're not welcome. You can come later on. This is not your time. This is the Chaitanya era. It's time for you to go on vacation. And let Chaitanya era become more and more manifest. The way we deal with each other, the way we follow instructions, all of these things, they add up. We should try to be everything first class, just like if Prabhupada is physically present, how nicely we'd be doing everything if Prabhupada is right here with us. How are we going to do everything perfectly to please Prabhupada? That kind of a move we should have, because Prabhupada is, if we're meditating on Prabhupada, pleasing him, he actually is present. Even though we can't see him due to our limited vision, but actually Prabhupada is present with us. If we're sincerely trying to please, serve his mission, then he's actually present with us, blessing us by his association. So, what can we do then to be more effective? That's the way we have to think. How can I be a better devotee? A better chanter, a better servant, a better hearer, a better speaker? How can I become perfect in everything that I'm doing? There's 9 different types of bhakti. There's hearing, there's chanting, there's remembering, offering prayers, rendering service. There's 9 Navavida bhakti. There's 9 different aspects of devotional service. So how can I become perfect in every one of them? How can I hear perfectly? How can I speak perfectly? How can I remember perfectly? How can my prayers be all in a pure mood of bhakti, not saying, give me this, give me that mood? Is it? If you want to pray to give me this or give me that, pray for pure devotional service. We sometimes think, well, to be happy, I need to have this, I need to have that to be happy. But actually, all we need is pure devotional service. That's all we really need. We don't need material facilities. Whatever is there will be, that is, if we're in the mood of pure devotional service, whatever the material situation we're in, we'll be happy. Whatever the material situation, doesn't matter. It can be good, bad, beautiful, ugly, hot, cold, whatever. Dishonor, praise, dishonor. It doesn't matter what the external situation is. If we have the mood of pure devotional service, we'll be in this state of pure bliss. So we should understand what's actually required to be happy, and that's what we should go after. Not some material thing. I need this material facility, that material facility. Whatever I have, I'll be okay. Yayata mang tapanyante tam tataiva bhajamyaha mama bhagmani vartante manusha partasarvasha. Inasmuch as they surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects. Everyone follows Krishna's path. How can he say that? You may wonder. Well, everyone's following his path. The Maya is also just like here in the state, everybody follows the government voluntarily or by force. So you're a law-abiding citizen voluntarily. You're a law-abiding citizen by force in the prison. So everybody follows the government, either voluntarily or by force. So of course, it's not a perfect example because our criminals are getting away with it. So the Krishna's government is perfect. You don't get away with it there. So everybody follows Krishna either in loving devotion or by force of the law being pinched by the laws of nature and getting your reactions for disobeying the laws of God. So we should be intelligent and realize I can't get away with doing nonsense. I'll be caught. Krishna's perfect justice system will catch me. Whatever nonsense I do, I'm going to get a reaction for it. So I'll just give up all my nonsense. Be intelligent and realize, let me give up all my nonsense. Nonsense, get out. You're not welcome in my heart anymore. Anything besides pure devotional service, you're not welcome. Get out. Get out of here and never come back again. Let me now be the pure devotee in every situation, all times, all places and circumstances, from now on for all of eternity. That be my only desire is to please Guru, to please Vaishnava, to please Krishna, to be perfectly in harmony with the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, etc. Doesn't make sense to be a rebel when you're not going to get away with it. We may think we can get away with it, but we can't. We can't get away with being rebels. Krishna has a perfect justice system. So we just be law-abiding citizens and realize if you can't beat him, join him. He's actually an all-merciful person. Most beautiful person in all of existence. The most merciful person in all of existence. So let me get a good relationship with him. Let me think favorably about him, speak favorably about him, do everything favorably in his service. Let me be 100% in harmony with Krishna. Every single, and even the most subtle aspects of my psychology. Let me be completely, totally in harmony with Krishna in every situation. And by doing so, I'll get my rewards. Krishna will reward me unlimitedly. If I give myself to him unlimitedly, he'll reward me unlimitedly. Can you imagine being rewarded unlimitedly? You see? You may think, well, I can win the $1 million lottery, that'll be big. No, that's nothing. $1 million lottery is nothing compared to what Krishna can do. We just fully give ourselves to him, he'll give us unlimited mercy, unlimited blessings, beyond our wildest dreams of what we could actually be tasting and experiencing at every minute. How nectarian it could actually be, unlimitedly nectarian. So we should take these teachings very seriously. The Bhagavad Gita is the basic manual, the owner's manual for this human form of life. How to actually become properly fixed with it. And Krishna makes it very clear we shouldn't be disturbed by the dualities. Matra Sparshasta Kanteya, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada, Agamapagano Yoshtam Detection Sabharata. The non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course, so like the appearance and disappearance of the winter and summer seasons, they arise from sense perception of a sign of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Sense perception. But am I these senses? No, I'm not these senses. There's just some tools I've been given to utilize in the service of Krishna. I'm not this body. I'm not these eyes. I'm not these ears. I'm not the tongue. I'm not the belly. I'm not the genitals. Material society has it completely wrong. Just like in material society, if some man is a virgin, he's considered, he's not a man. A virgin? What's wrong with him? He's a virgin. Like it's embarrassing. You wouldn't want to admit you're a virgin. It's too embarrassing in the society of material men. Well, he's a virgin. But actually, the greatest virtue to be a virgin. To be a brahmachari your whole life, that's the greatest accomplishment. Never having passed semen your whole life. It's the greatest accomplishment, actually. Gives him longevity, resistance against disease, and gives him brain power. So material society is completely upside down, you see. What's good they consider bad, and what's bad they consider good. So we shouldn't be misled by this material society. We should be led by the Vedic society, the Vedic culture, based on Veda. That's a real society. That's real human life. This modern day civilization, what does Bhagavatam say? Shvabidvara ustra karai samstitak parishat pashu na jata karma pato peta jata namagadagro jahan. Men who are like dogs, hogs, camels, and asses. Praise those men who do not listen to the transcendental pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, delivered from all evils. So we should be very eager to listen to the pastimes of Krishna. Very, very eager. How Krishna is, just like I was singing that song this morning, Jamuna Tira Vanachari. I was thinking how we were there. We were actually there in Vrindavan. We were there bathing in the Jamuna. We were having some katha on the bank of the Jamuna. And actually Krishna wandered on those very banks. I'm just thinking, he who wanders on the bank of the river Jamuna, an amazing person, actually wandering there in the Jamuna River 5,000 years ago. And he's still there for those who have the eyes to see him. Maybe you come to that level. I think Krishna blesses we come to that level we can actually see his pastimes happening right now. And we want to come to that level, get off the neophyte platform. Come to the level of pure devotee of Krishna. You can see the pastimes of Krishna within his heart. And wherever he goes, you can see Krishna. Especially in Vrindavan, you can see Krishna everywhere doing this, Krishna doing that. So it's time to kick out this neophyte consciousness. No more neophyte devotee. Then you become actually fixed up in Krishna consciousness. When I come to speak with the spiritual master, not that I should brag what a great devotee I am, we should come and listen. See how Maharaj Pariksha is very submissively inquiring from Sukadeva Goswami. We should learn from Pariksha Maharaj. Not that, well, Gurudev, I did this, Gurudev, I'm that, Gurudev. No, humbly submissive inquiring. That's the proper move. Submissive inquiry. Because the more we can learn how to inquire submissively, what does Krishna say? Tadvidi padipantena paripashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshana. Just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively, render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. But if you don't inquire submissively, you come to say, Gurudev, I did this, I did that, Gurudev, I did this, I did that. You're not inquiring submissively. So how get realizations from the spiritual master? You're just coming to brag what a great devotee you are, you see. So once you come in a mood of humble submission, you see, I'm not a devotee. I have no Krishna consciousness. I have no taste for the holy name. I'm completely lacking in Krishna consciousness. That's the move. The more you can feel you're lacking in Krishna consciousness, that is your Krishna consciousness. The more you're feeling you are Krishna conscious, the more you're not Krishna conscious. So the more I can feel that I'm not Krishna consciousness, and when will that day be mine? Is Bhakti Vinoda's praying. Kabe habe bolo sedi nama. Kambe hambe bolo sedi nama. When will that day be mine? And my offenses ceasing, taste for the name increasing, when in my heart will your mercy shine. Kambe hambe bolo se dinama. When will that day be mine? You see it, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, but I'm committing so many offenses. That's how he's feeling about himself. Committing so many offenses. So your mercy is not shining in my heart right now. It's covered by my offenses. So he's wondering, when will I be free from these offenses? So then actually feel and experience how that your mercy is shining within my heart. Just see the mood, you see. Lower than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. When will my mind attain this quality? Respectful to all, not expecting their honor. Then shall I taste the name's nectar sublime. Kambe hambe bolo se dinama. When will that day be mine? You see the mood, you see. One guy, I think I'm lower than that dog stool out in the street. Lower than the blade of grass. More tolerant than a tree. Just see how tolerant the tree is. We had this ice storm here in Austin. Those trees, hundreds and thousands of trees, suffered like anything. Their branches breaking off because the rain fell on the rain and it iced. So there was ice on all these branches and they became so heavy. Hundreds and thousands, millions of branches broke and not one tree complained. If somebody came and broke your arm off, you would complain. But the trees didn't complain. Their arms are being broken off. So more tolerant than a tree. Okay, and when will my mind attain this quality? When, oh, when will that day be mine? But I can be insulted and offended in so many ways and not be bothered at all by it. Just utter respect for one who's offending me. You just see the mood of humility in my dear. So we can learn from these great acharyas, you see, how to become humble, lower than the blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. So we can actually taste the nectar of Krishna's name, experience Krishna directly. See, Krishna is actually fully there, you see. Just imagine you go back 5,000 years and be there in Vrindavan and see Krishna's pastimes. You have the same facility right there in the Holy Name. Krishna is just as much present in your japa as he was lifting Govardhan Hill 5,000 years ago. But because of our offenses, we're not experiencing that. Oh, I gotta get my rounds done. I'm looking at my watch, gotta get my rounds. We're not tasting the nectar of the name because of our offenses. So we have to beg for that day. When will that day be mine? When all these offenses will be gone. And I can purely chant the holy name. Give up all my offenses in serving the deity. Being late for the daily worship. You see, when can I get free of these offenses? Making me hard to taste the nectar of Krishna consciousness. Because the offenses it's like poison for us. We commit these offenses. It's like poison. You see. We have to give up drinking this poison and making all these offenses. Become absolutely perfect in everything we do in every situation. And then we can taste the unlimited nectar of Krishna's name, Krishna's fame, Krishna's pastime, Krishna's form. Here we have Krishna standing. The amazing Krishna revealed himself on Juhu Beach. One of my godbrothers. Amazing Krishna. Amazing pastime how this Krishna was found. I revealed himself to devotees. So we have all this good fortune here. Damodar's mercy, Radharani's mercy. We have Guru Maharaji's mercy, great Vaishnava, powerful, advanced devotee. We have so much facility here. We have to learn how to take full advantage of it so our lives can become completely blissful, free from all anxieties and miseries. Anybody have any questions yet? We have something. Oh, Vash Kishore gave the verse for the devotee who needed it. Thank you, Vash Kishore. Any questions here from the locals?
You were saying to become more tolerant than a tree, and learning to get that quality. But then I've also heard that we should reveal our mind in confidence. So, like, if we're disturbed, it's good to reveal that. So what's how to bring those together, understand them at the same time?
Not to reveal your mind?
If I'm feeling disturbed by somebody, because I'm not tolerant, then is it best to reveal it, or to just try to work through it within myself?
Well, you're having trouble in a relationship?
Sometimes that happens.
You can, in a humble way, not a challenging, chastising way, certainly talk about it. For whom having this difficulty associating with you, and certainly talk about it. Wow. Now they're rolling in. Bhakti Priya Devi Dasi. I accept that I have many anarthas, but there is no humility on my actions. There is no humility or my actions or otherwise. How? Well, the fact that you've said this shows that you have humility. The fact that you've said this. You do have some humility. That's why you said this. How to truly transform my impure heart. Well, we have to desire pure devotional service. We have to beg for pure devotional service. And everything we do, we should be begging for pure devotional service. The way we offer our obeisances, the way we do our service, it's all through our purification. We should do everything in the mood of wanting to become purified and become free from all my anarthas. Do everything in that mood. The moment you wake up, the moment you go to bed at night, begging, my dear Krishna, please bless me, I can be your pure devotee. Please help me get free from my anarthas. Always being in that mood and begging and asking Krishna, praying to your spiritual master, praying to Srila Prabhupada, always begging, become free from all the anarthas. Sadhubhushana. It is said that devotee of Krishna is Paramahamsa, means does not differentiate in different ashrams of life. Rather, his duty is only one, yena kena prakashaya manna Krishna nasevaya. So I don't see there's any need to glorify the brahmacharya ashram in respect to other ashrams. Now the householder is also glorious. The householder is also glorious. He follows the principle. Using sex only for procreation, not for recreation. There's a new idea going around ISKCON. Well, it's okay for recreation if you don't kill the baby. But that's not true. Prabhupada clearly states the householder brahmachari means he has sex life only once in a month, 4 to 6 days after the menstrual cycle, when the wife is most likely to get pregnant, after the husband and wife both chant at least, not 50 rounds, but at least 50 rounds of japa. That's also a glorious thing. So the brahmachari who never passes semen, that's glorious, and the devotee who strictly follows Prabhupada's regulations for household life, that's also very glorious. And they'll have very nice children also who can become pure devotees and help push forward this movement and save the world. If you have children that are based on recreation, not following Prabhupada's program, you can get children not inclined to be devotees even, because you can see them in lust, not in a mood of loving service to Guru and Krishna. It's not wrong to talk about the glories of the different ashrams. Not true. Not at all wrong to talk about the Prabhupada glorifies. If Prabhupada can do it, I can do it too. Nothing wrong with it. Glorifying the different ashrams. Sharda Devi Das. Is it that the humility is something different from the reality? The closing the real position is also humility. Well, the reality reality is we should be very humble. The reality is we're rascals. We gave up pure devotional service to Krishna to try to enjoy separately from Krishna. So the reality is a very humble situation. The reality is, yes, it's a very humble situation. Here I am, still trying to enjoy the material world, even though I've taken initiation, I'm strictly following the rules and regulations, but I'm still trying to enjoy the material world. Suddenly, in my brain, you see. So, but humility is that is being very realistic. To be humble. If you don't think you need to be humble, you need to become humble. The real position is I'm a very fallen soul. That's the real position. If Bhaktivinoda is praying that way, what's our position? The real position is a very humble position. Raj Kishore, Dr. Churius has written, how to become more eager for Krishna consciousness. That it wouldn't be that I have to do it, but I would like to do it. In the beginning, we don't always want to do it, but we do it because we know we need to do it. As an example, let's see. Like a sugar candy, I think it's an example of jaundice. Somebody who has jaundice, the medicine is sugar candy, but it tastes very bitter when you have jaundice. Yeah, it tastes horrible. Oh, you want to spit it out. It's so horrible. But you take it because you know you need to, but then you become cured and it regains its natural sweetness. So devotional service is actually the ultimate nectar, but sometimes it's like poison in the beginning. But I don't want to wash the pots. I want to take a nap. You see? But you do it because you know you need to do it. And this is your duty to do it. This is what you have to do to become purified. You have to take the service you've been given and enthusiastically. All right, let me do a nice job. Not just do it halfway and go sleep. Let me do a nice job. You see? So in the beginning, may seem like poison, but as you become purified, what seemed like poison in the beginning, now your greatest ecstasy is to wash the pots. Oh, there's some pots to wash. Vishnu Rata. Where does the Buddhist celibate monk go after death? Will they be reborn in the material world? It depends. He's thinking of Lord Buddha on leaving his body. He's in good shape, then he's in a very good position. But he's thinking about merging into the void at the time of death. He's not in a very good position. Depends on what he's thinking about at the moment of death. Sharda Devi Dasi. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the wonderful world of Krishna consciousness, the dimension of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. The more you can feel yourself fallen and useless, the more you become useful for Krishna. The more you feel yourself fallen, the more you're actually advanced, and the more you can actually the more you're empowered to transform the world. Why is it difficult to understand? Why do you have a difficulty understanding that?
See, my difficulty is because if I feel that way, then that's actually true, right? But someone who is experiencing Krishna everywhere,
How is he thinking of himself as a fallen soul? Prabhupada remembers, he says, Krishna told me to go, Krishna said, go and write these books. He remembers talking to Krishna. And he's still thinking of himself as a fallen soul. So that's what I find difficult to understand.
Well, you need to become a pure devotee then. If you can't understand the mood of a pure devotee, then you have to become a pure devotee. Then you'll understand. How you can feel yourself, how you can become more advanced, the more you feel yourself fallen. That's what you have a hard time understanding.
No, even that I can understand. Like, as advancing, becoming more conscious of my past and seeing how fallen I am. But for a pure devotee who's coming from the spirit,
that's the perfection. That's the perfection of it. That's carrying it all the way to the perfectional stage. If you're saying that the more you feel yourself fallen, the more you're advancing, then why not take it all the way to perfection? Same principle to perfection. What's the difficulty? You accept it on an intermediate level. The more you feel yourself fallen, the more you advance. But why not take it all the way to the perfectional stage? Why not? Why you not want to do that? Why you want to put at a certain point it doesn't work, the principle doesn't work anymore. Why you want to put a block on that sentiment? Now we have Hare Krishna Das. Kindly enlightened, shelter of the holy name means servant and master relationship. How it continues in the time of not chanting. Kirtaniya Sadahari, chant 24 hours a day. You should be chanting. If you're not physically chanting, you should be engaged in serving the holy name. You should be constantly doing it. Why not? When you're not chanting Hare Krishna, you should be serving the holy name. It's like somebody convincing somebody to take a book. They're not chanting Hare Krishna, but they're doing the greatest chanting by giving a book. You see, you're offering an arti. There's somebody singing the Gauda Arti prayers, and you're meditating and hearing that. It's not Hare Krishna, but it's the Gauda Arti. Everything we do actually should be. In this sense, everything we do should be chanting Hare Krishna. Either directly chanting Hare Krishna or serving the chanting of Hare Krishna. The same thing. Let's say you're cooking, making prasadam for the Sunday love feast. You may not be chanting Hare Krishna at the time you're looking at the recipe. How much turmeric should I put in? You're not chanting, but actually serving the chanting Hare Krishna. Okay, here we have Raj Kishore. I've heard that low esteem is a bad thing and humility is good. What is the difference between these both? Low esteem is a bad thing. Low self-esteem is a bad thing. To me, it sounds like the same thing. The more you can feel yourself lowly and fallen, I don't see there's a difference. As I seeing it right now, as I'm analyzing it, low esteem and humility are the same thing. So it's good to have low self-esteem. to say about that?
Yes, Gurudev. From at least, correct me, I'm asking you to maybe I don't understand it correctly, but from what I understand, a humble person is not fearful. He's still confident.
Actually, Prabhupada said, act like a king, because nobody can defeat me.
Yeah, but someone with a low self-esteem, they're not confident. They're actually fearful. From what my experience.
Yeah, you could look at it that way. In other words, if I understand, I'm representing the supreme authority, Krishna. So you have confidence about what you're doing. So in that sense, it's not low self-esteem. Like Prabhupada, act like a king, because nobody can defeat me. So, because you know that you're acting as a servant of the king, the power and the blessings of the king, to act on his behalf to defeat all the rascals. So in that sense, for yourself, you know that what you're doing is authorized and it's empowered by the Supreme Personality of God, the source of all existence. Because everything, all the planets from itself right now, He's ordered you and blessed you to go out and transform the whole world. So, is that high self-esteem? Depends on how you define it. Somebody goes out to distributing books, they have high self-esteem. He knows he's acting as a representative of the Supreme Authority, so he's confident about what he's doing. But he doesn't think he's God. It's a big question from Panchatattva now. I don't know if that helps a little bit. But Prabhupada certainly acted with great confidence, knowing that he represented the Supreme Authority and he was authorized and empowered to defeat all the rascals. So is that high self-esteem? It depends on how you define it. Panchatattva, kindly enlighten, whenever chanting or engaging in devotional service, I try to improve, but every time I fail miserably. One day, good chanting, and next day, no concentration. A lot of thoughts come into mind. Even during devotional service, it is the same. Fearing a Vaishnava aparad is more when serving Vaishnava, and how to deal with fear of any Vaishnava aparad or slips or falls during solemn devotional service. He said to beg for the mercy. My dear, you can pray to Guru and Krishna, please bless me that I can become perfect in my service, not make any offenses against the Vaishnavas or against the holy name. Just keep begging and begging and begging. And encourage the Vaishnava to correct you also if you're doing something wrong. Okay, tell them I'm very eager to be corrected if I'm doing something wrong. Please tell me. Have that mood. Anything else? Clearly understood from two devotees. That's good. Hare Krishna Das and Panchatattva. Clearly understood. Yes.
It just something I just thought of. I think it would be a good inquiry. Is like for a devotee, for a humble person who's truly humble, he's not affected by what other people think of him. So he can stand in front of 100,000 people and speak confidently. But someone with low self-esteem, from what I understand,
depends on how you define it.
Yeah, they can't even stand in front of 5 people.
Depends on how you define it. There's different ways you can define it. You could say it's synonymous with humility. Or you could define it a different way. Depends on how you define it. But a devotee, Prabhupada told us to lead the whole world. So you could say that's high self-esteem. Your duty is to live the whole world. That means thousands of millions of people should follow your directions. Is that high self-esteem? Maybe. Could be if you define it that way. Or you could say low self-esteem, but complete confidence in what he's empowered to do. The message that is complete, total conviction that the message he's bringing is what the whole world needs more than anything else. Again, it depends on how you define them. I'm not going to haggle over definitions. But Prabhupada said, I got your king, nobody can defeat me. Is Prabhupada tough? No. They have high self-esteem. Depends on how you define it.
One could say that those that are watering down the philosophy, they have low self-esteem because they're not confident and they feel like they need
Confident from the teachings.
Yeah, they feel like they need to change based on. So from what I understand, someone with low self-esteem, he's very much affected by what others think of him, and he's like in anxiety. Oh, what this person is going to think of me if I act like this, or I have to act like this.
Yeah.
So maybe then people with high self-esteem, they're more confident in Prabhupada's philosophy, and they don't feel like they need to change it to, share it.
Yeah, again, it depends how you define it. I would say that's giving Prabhupada high self-esteem, high esteem for Prabhupada's teaching. That's how I would look at it. Nitai Chandradas, how to recognize the artificial humility. Artificial humility. That's making a show of being humble. Not really being humble. Being puffed up but making a false show of being humble. That's an easy way to define artificial humility. Artificial means he's not really humble, but he's making a show of being humble. I recognize that. That can be a very detailed analysis. How do you recognize when somebody is making a show of being humble, but not really being humble? When they're given an instruction, they don't like it. It's an easy way to recognize it. They say do this or do that, they don't like it. Feel like it's not suitable service for them. That's one way of seeing it. They're not very eager to follow instructions. They're more eager to show how humble they are. They could show their humility, but not very eager to follow instructions. Anything else? Are you suffering from artificial humility? I think we all are. That's why we're in the material world. Well, I guess we'll stop here. We thank everybody for tuning in. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
This session is no longer being recorded. Goodbye.